New format means more cards you're going to want to keep an eye on. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more ass content. Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, the opponent can't play. Ah, yes, this card. You know what's most exciting about this card? Every time that some new broken combo comes into the play lines with this, we get one step closer to finally getting this card removed from the game. And we have actually arrived at that now with the Ultimate Bishi Bulkin that literally gives you the ability to rotate into this. And, you know, this card is absolutely broken because, obviously, the on-sync summon, activate the effect for the rest of this turn. Your opponent cannot activate cards, and also cards your opponent control cannot activate their effects. Now, I got told the other day in my comment section as a sub-note here that, yeah, well, you can get Calamity, but you can't summon Sphere Mode under it. Sphere Mode's a summoning condition. I don't know where people get this mentality of... You know, if I can hand you the Sphere Mode, it's a summoning condition. This card does not stop summoning conditions, as it is essentially just a normal summon. It doesn't cause a chain. It doesn't do any of the fun things that this card derails. So there is a counterplay to it, and it is in the form of Sphere Mode. But this is the kind of the big mother of the format right now on a 4,000 attack point body, making it so that your opponent can't play the game. Yeah, it's hilarious. We're already seeing huge rapid upfluxes of this right now because people are looking at, you know, all of the cool new interactions that you can get with this. The ability to, you know, summon this card gets easier and easier, I feel like, as each broken wave of synchro support comes out. So yeah, I don't know what else to really say about this. It's keep an eye on this. If you're planning on being one of the people that's aiming to, you know, be able to summon this with ease, well, congratulations. Seems like it should be a relatively easy feat to do. And then there's the big ball in the sky. The thing... I honestly think that Sphere Mode's going to be ahead of its time in this format. Now, this is going to depend on a couple of things. How much will 3 monsters end up on the field? Because obviously there's a hierarchy of troublesome monsters in the format. If there's 1, you go visit the kaiju. If there's 2, you visit the lava golem. If there tends to be these larger monster boards out here where things are going to be an issue, that's where you call the big ball in the sky to come on down here and actually be able to play the game. That's why, you know, people consider the hierarchy of things. So I specifically want to mention Sphere Mode here because a lot of people are looking at a lot of the Mana DM hype right now. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of Mana DM hype actually being spread across the format. So with that being considered here, the big ball in the sky is the thing that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Obviously, I mean, you have the Ghost Rare Prince, which at this point in time should be the highest rarity, and then you have, what, the 3 Ultra Prints at this stage in time, so please do keep an eye on this. I would almost argue that, like, Sphere Mode's always going to be one of those cards that you want to keep an eye on, always, because, you know, it depends on how it's doing its thing, but as more and more of these combo variants take off, and, you know, as we see more and more of these huge, you know, your opponent can't play the game boards being generated, then that's where, you know, we access the hierarchy. You know, is the Sphere Mode going to be more impactful? Is it going to mean more to us to be able to access, you know, this monster at this stage? And that's what the Sphere Mode is giving to you at this stage. Also, counterpick, play the Winged Dragon Raw if you're one of the people that's afraid of getting Sphere Moded. I've seen it come up very, very few times. It is a hilarious interaction, but please don't actually try to go down that path unless you really think it's going to happen. And then there's Garuda, the Wings of Resonant Life. So let's call this what this is at this stage in time. Garuda has become one of the most insane cards in modern era Yu-Gi-Oh! History because the summoning conditions are ridiculous. It's just 2 monsters with the same type and attribute, but different names. That's all that we have going for us here. This has been the super poly target of targets. The thing that just It does its thing. But any battle damage that your opponent takes from its battle becomes doubled. I bet Yu-Gi-Oh! Players didn't even know that this had this effect. I have a feeling that the only thing that people knew about this card was if it's sent to the graveyard, you could draw a card. That should have been the primary thing that people knew. But the any battle damage part, you give this thing a booster, a field spell, that's 500. Your opponent's taken 4,000 damage from this. I don't know where we're going to see a reprint from this. Power of the Elements wasn't exactly on the list of things to get, immediate reprints based on the tins. So, based on that knowledge at this point in time, Garuda could have a massive fluctuation. Once again, it's going to come down to, how much value do we need to actually get here for, the future of the game. Is Super Poly going to be a relevant card? Is the dump for sending this to the graveyard going to get me some sort of advantage? Like, what is the advantage tree for this? How much more do I need to hold on to this? And so forth. And it's a very scary thought at the end of the day that this card could actually go way crazier than it actually already is. But I'm here to, just put the thought in your head and go, hey, maybe we should keep an eye on this. This is one of those things that could go topsy-turvy. Next up is Labyrinth. I feel Labyrinth is very... There are two ways that this can go, and it's already been swinging up on the very, very, very expensive end of things as we see these cards get bought out more and more each week. The problem here is they're up for the reprint block in the tens. All right, we are expecting some sort of reprint from this, but as the days go by, more and more of these cards disappear off the market. More and more people are looking at the Age of Overlord, and they're like, hey, I can play this deck for the next couple months. I can pick it up, in early August here, and I can have the deck. I'm good to go. I don't have to worry about anything. I'll spend a little bit of extra money to be able to play the deck because, we don't get the reprints out of the block until much later. And that's what we're seeing here as these prices continue to invert. And it's actually crazy to me how much we have been seeing these go all over the place. So as of filming this right now, Labyrinth cards are still swinging in the upward buyout position, even with reprints coming. And I don't know what to tell you at this stage. This is the, hey, watch the cards. These could go either way. There could be a massive selling of this. There could be a ban list at some point where we see something actually happen with Labyrinth. I don't know at this point in time, but a lot of people are speculating that this is going to be a very strong meta deck continuing forward here. And I mean, getting the Labyrinth trap setter and the ability to use it does not make life any easier for the game. Actually, it just gets crazier and crazier. So buckle up. I think that this is definitely something that could definitely tip the scales, maybe not in a particularly good way. But if people want to spend their money however they want, it's very, very interesting to see. And then last but not least is Chaos Ruler. You all remember this card, right? The Chaotic Magical Dragon. The card that really was so insane that it got banned. Well, we're back on the hype train of people going, oh my gosh, I swear that we are going to get some sort of unbanning for this. And I sit here every time I read this theory, and I'm like, no, Konami's not going to bring this card back. This card does too much. It gets the ability to revive itself as a stepping stone for a rank 8 Exceed, and it gets the Excavate top 5 to add any light or dark. The card is too insanely good. But once again, as people play into this for whatever reason, and people are like, oh my god, I swear it's coming back, the card does have its upticks in market. That's how it happens, all right? People, they lose their minds over these sorts of things, and this is honestly no different. And, once again, the point of the video is, hey, watch these cards. Things are happening. I personally don't think that this card's ever going to come back because of how insanely broken it is. This is by far one of the best cards in modern era times. And it literally, I can't believe they actually made this. Like, it's crazy to me that an Excavate top 5 on a revive, on a level 8 on a 3000, you could use both effects in the same turn, actually got by Konami R&D. I'm not exactly effectively sure what they were thinking when they made this, but hey, if people want to go out and buy this card out because they think it's coming back, kudos to you. I really do wish you the best. So those are some things that I want to keep an eye on right now because of how things are shaping up with Duelist Nexus. So please, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.